Hi, welcome to that bass and creativity lesson. My name is Olivier Babaz. Today I'd like to talk about modulation, how to move from one tonality to the other. So we're going to have a look at very simple chord changes and sequences of chord borrowing from two tonalities. The first movement we're going to have a look at is just moving one note. So if you're in C major and you have one note that's changing, in this case, we'll change our B to a B flat. We'll have access to the F major tonality and of course all the chords belonging to F major. So the first example I will play and we will have a look at is a chord sequence starting with C major, then A minor, very classic, then B flat major, which is the fourth degree of the new tonality, and then F major, which is the first degree of the new tonality, as well as the fourth degree of C major. All right. At this point, I'll play them on the bass and with the keyboard to really have the harmony clearly exposed. And at one point, I let go the piano and just use the bass to express the harmony. Let's see how it sounds. So C major, A minor, B flat major, and F major. 3 and 4. Well, let's take another example in this kind of modulation. So from moving from C major to F major, this time I'm not going to start on the first chord of the harmony. I'll play F with A on the bass, then G with B on the bass, then G minor, and finally D minor. So F bass A, G bass B, then G minor, which is one chord belonging to F major, then D minor, which is one chord belonging to both tonalities. Let's see how it sounds. 3 and 4 and... Well, let's now see an example where we're moving two notes from the original tonality. So if we're in C major, we're adding two flats. So C, then we're moving the B to B flat, and then the E to E flat, which gives us C major, F major, and then B flat major. We're actually borrowing from C major and B major tonality. But in this case, to make things funnier, let's change tonality on the bass and on the piano. So in this case, I'm going to play in D major, so the two tonality will be D major and C major. I'm going to play a D major chord, then A minor, then C major, and then G major 7. So of course the D is the first degree, then A minor is actually the 6th degree of the new tonality, then C major the first one, and back to G, which is the fourth degree of the first tonality. Let's hear how it sounds. D, A minor, C, G. 3, 4, and... Let's take a second example with the same modulation, but this time not starting on the first chord. So we'll start on the 5th degree. We'll play A7 sus4, G7 sus4, A7 sus4, and D minor at the end. So we have 5 from the first tonality, 5 from the second tonality, 5 from the first tonality, and D minor, which is actually the 2nd degree of the second tonality. So A7 sus4, G7 sus4, A7 sus4, D minor, and let's see how it sounds. 3, 4, and... Well, let's now have a look at a change of tonality, but this time changing 3 notes. So if we get back to C major and we add 3 flats, we have F major, B flat major, and E flat major. We're moving from C major to E flat major tonality. So the thing which is important to understand at this point is that the first chord of the first tonality becomes the 6th chord of the new tonality, and in this case the 6th chord of E flat is C, so C minor, it's relative minor. So you can basically see that as playing major in one tonality and then playing minor, relative minor in the same tonality. So, and of course all the chords belonging to it, so C major and then C minor. So we're going to have a view about on the A major tonality. So in this case, we have chords belonging to A major, then chords belonging to C major or A minor, and back to A major. So let's build a chord sequence with chords from both those tonalities, A major and C major. We'll start with A major, then D minor, F and G in the same bar, then A major at the end. So once again, A, D minor, F, G, and A at the end. Let's hear it out. 3 and 4. Let's take a last example, but this time not starting on the 1. So we'll play F sharp minor, which is the 6th degree of A major, sorry. Then F major, back to F sharp minor, and then D minor. And we may add a different ending for the second one. So let's hear it out. F sharp minor, F major, F sharp minor, and D minor. 3 and 4. So here is one approach to modulation. Once again, don't hesitate to explore all the tonalities, all the options of modulation. We just did it one way this time, which is to add a flat every time we wanted to add a step, but there are a lot of other ways to approach modulation, whereas it is from a composition point of view or just to play bass line and to imply some chord changes. So feel free to explore, and I'll see you for the next bass and creativity lesson. Bye.